Of the Methodist Church, Samuel Kanu-Uche there. Now let's talk to security and intelligence expert Abuh Adams, who joins us live from Lokoja for more updates on this particular development. You know, the perception that you get from stories like this is such that if you're kidnapped, the surest way of escape is paying ransom. Is that really the situation?
Oh, thank you very much. As it is today, I don't know, except in few instances, there is hardly any high-profile victim of kidnapping that does not pay ransom. And so when the National Assembly recently passed a law against ransom payment, without a commensurate operations to deal with the challenges, it becomes a very laughable thing. Like the Prelate said, you can imagine the amount of money he paid. And I also know that presently there is a discussion going on between the kidnappers of some Catholic priests in Katsina State, and they too are mentioning 100 million. So you agree with me that these kidnappers are not just ordinary kidnappers. They are kidnappers that belong to organized group. It may be ISWAP, it may be Boko Haram, and all the like. Because the kind of money they are collecting, where do you see these headsmen spending that kind of money? So we are still faced with a major challenge, and the efforts we are putting in, there is no doubt about that, but does not seem to be ameliorating the situation. So I think that's the situation where we are.
Is there really an alternative to paying ransom? Because you did mention that.
Yeah.
Well, I doubt if you can hear me, but if you can, I'm asking if there is a workable. I'm asking you.
Alternative.
Yes, alternative to ransom paying.
Well, the only alternative to ransom for now is for us to rise up to the occasion. And I think our efforts are not commensurate enough to deal with the challenges. I think that is why I've always said that we have deficit. Okay, from his analysis, in the whole of that forest in that area, you agree with me that the bandits as they are have taken over the places. I mean, the kidnappers have taken over everywhere. And the various operations of security agencies are not enough to deal with them. I remember there was a time, if you take the Southeast, for instance, when they talk about an organization called Abuh, we have not seen the impact of that organization. And the kind of political, situation in that area and its own peculiar security challenges that it carries, it makes even community support for security agencies not really viable for now. We are not seeing much of it. And so that is why it is seen, that challenge is on the increase in that particular part of the country, and of course elsewhere.
We hear that the increase in kidnapping and abduction is a fallout of the onslaught against terrorism in northeast Nigeria. Is there a unique approach you think that security personnel can deploy at times like this?
Yes, I think what should we do now, right now, and which will take care of the present and the future. And I want to repeat myself. We do not have adequate personnel for simultaneous operation. Like he said, they have been coming from that part of the country. They have filled various parts of the country. But if you look at the southwest, particularly or the Ondo area, I'm aware that organizations like Amoteco are doing great job. But in the case of the southeast, you don't see we're doing great job. So it is now left for government to increase its operational strategy, change its own security architecture by increasing the number of personnel, providing them the requisite technology and support. Right now, if you look at it, in the southeast particularly, most of the orders are given by iPod and ESN. People are frightened, by mere mention of their names. And so they are not even coming forth to support security agencies. I think this narrative, government must do everything possible to change the narrative. And then in other parts of the country, like I talk about Ondo and that part of the Southwest, that the organization is very, very effective. And I think other states should copy them and let them, they meet at the, governors forum. They should, advise themselves, work together, take example from where something is working, in addition to what the national security agencies, the defense forces, the police, civil defense, DSS, and all the rest are doing. I think we need to work harder.
Indeed. Security and intelligence expert Abuh Adams, thank you for talking to us tonight.
It's my pleasure.